So now we're going to look at the gold market as we look at the precious metal that has had just a very, very significant upside move this year. The move in silver was similar, and our projection in silver is going to be similar also as we look at this gold market. So let's take a look as we switch over to gold. So I'll move from the dollar market to the gold market, and here you could see the cycle analysis that's there. And again, there are harmonic families in here. If you haven't experienced our cycle analysis workshop, please go to askSlim.com to workshops, and there's a video there and an explanation of what you can learn by taking that workshop. So the gold market up 25% on the year, and as I said, our intermediate analysis on the weekly charts and daily charts has been terrific, and our members have had great success this year trading the gold market. So last year we expected that gold would have a dip that went a little further and a little later, a little earlier than the dip we're getting here in the fourth quarter, but we did believe it would be up some 15% on the year, and that actually has a change of 25% up on the year. So we did really well in direction, and our regular weekly analysis on it's been great. Again, the periods of high risk are those ovals, and you can see that it's likely one is going to start sometime in 2021 into 2022. Again, that deflation that we talk about, we think is going to show up in the gold market. As we said, we think the dollar will bottom sometime this year, and they often trade inversely to each other. December 2020 is a rally phase in the fourth minor cycle. So that's right in here, this fourth minor cycle right there, and you could see that it turned up, came down to close to support, and then began to move up. Our projection for 2021 is a peak in the May to July period. Now remember, we're looking for a bottom in the dollar in a similar period. And then, again, moving inversely, the dollar should be rallying, the gold market should be moving down. We're going to look for the gold market to test the old high or get up to that resistance right over there, that fib extension that you see, which is up in that area of about 20. This resistance here was 2045. It got through there. It traded up to 2089. We think it will likely test that and potentially get up to this resistance area right there, or right over here, 2230. That is where we're going to project to, even though it might actually, we have it on the chart projecting to this level at about 2115. So it's 2115 to 2230. It's kind of the range of where we expect it to get up to. Then we expect it will decline to about 1700, and that takes you out into 2022. So it's hard for us to tell how sharp the decline right now would be in 2021, but it certainly looks like down into 2022 it's going to have a rough time. And let's just project right now that 21 and change up to 2230 is a pretty good target, and that's what we want to focus on, because we think those will be the best trades that we have right now. If heaven forbid we're long and it gets down here under these lows around 1770, this will be over. The upside projection will be wrong, and the market will already be, working off of a deflationary scenario. We expect it will end the year kind of mid-range and maybe even small gains for the year, because there's still a lot of time in here for it to make good gains and then give some of it back. So maybe small gains for the year, but it might actually be small losses. So somewhere near that unchanged area is likely where it will finish after having what we think will be another good rush to the upside. Now, there has been periods where you've had what we call the fourth minor cycle rally that failed very quickly. You can see that happened right over here. There's probably people that are bullish and saying, well, there's no way that's going to happen. If you look at the fourth minor cycle right over here, it broke out of that triangular shape right there and exploded to the upside. And then when it pulled back very significantly from 1,031 down to under 700. So over 30% drop in just that brief period of time right over there. So you could get something like that where it spikes up, makes the highs that we're looking at, and then begins to come down. Overall, we think the highest probability is that it will have a good rally into that May-July period, excuse me, and then pull back significantly and end the year kind of mid-range, small gains, maybe even small losses. That is a look at the cycle analysis for gold, where we look in time and price and do the projections that we always do. You can see the beautiful cycles and harmonic families in here. For those of you that are students, we're looking at cycles of 84, 42, and 21 months. Pretty close to the principle of nominality, which is 80, 40, and 20. And beautiful rhythms in here. As you can see, the important lows come at the very right times. You can see the low right over here. You can see the low right over here. Just perfect cycles that you see in there. And if you believe it's going to continue with some near perfection, then this is the analysis that we just gave you that we think will be accurate. A surge up and then giving it back. That is a look at the gold market for 2021.